to, just to build that habit of, I'm just done here. I'm just getting lost in, I would just cut that whole thing.
Hey, Daniel, how are we?
Hey, mate. So this is take two. Had a bit of a kerfuffle in the first recording of this.
Don't we love those kerfuffles? We celebrate the kerfuffles.
We do, and it's only natural. But good to be back, and I'm excited to explore this topic.
Yes, and the topic really is simple. The topic is simplicity. And, I was listening to a podcast just yesterday with Yuval Noah Harari. That's his name, yeah?
Yeah.
And he's the author. I've actually read two of his three books, Sapiens and 21 Things to Learn in the 21st Century. I've skipped Homo Deus, but I'm sure I'll read it at some stage. But he said something really that resonated dramatically with me, and that was, up until about 10 years ago, everyone was striving. Our constant strive was to accumulate information. Everywhere we looked, we just wanted to get as much information as we possibly could. You remember how everyone had the Encyclopedia Britannicas at the back of their living room? Everyone had them in the 80s and 90s because it was like a medal of honor to have this information within you. And now we have it in our pockets, and within under a second we can find out anything. So the challenge isn't to be able to access information. We have that. It's about to decipher what information is valid for me as an individual. And it's going to be different for every person. And this is exactly what I wanted to talk about. How we've designed the Hero program is to really debrief or have a conversation with somebody at the beginning of their health journey and understand what are your challenges in life, what are your family's challenges in life, and how can a simple program, address and create a solution for these problems. And nearly all the time, the most simple answer is the most profound answer. And that's exactly why when it comes to programming the Hero program, with every iteration we've created of this Hero program, it's just been refined over and over and over again to become as simple as it possibly can. Because ultimately, if you're jumping around, and I don't want to bag on, Instagram people that are out there in the fitness world, because that's not what this is about. It's about really just understanding and distilling what has worked for me in my experience. If you're jumping around doing a lot of different, gymnastics movements or dance movements here, there, and everywhere that a lot of people do in the Instagram world, it's going to be really challenging to master certain movements. And ultimately, whilst it's not the sexiest thing in the world to be able to master something over and over and over again, because it's not aesthetically pleasing to be able to do that, it's effective. And you're going to get the results, because ultimately when it comes to programming, there are a few principles in place that are non-negotiables if you want to be able to have success. And that's why removing overt complexity from a lot of the movements is going to just be in your favor, especially if you are at that entry level or a novice or even an intermediate.
Mm.
I just want to add one last thing, and that is, if your intention is to be, or if your experience is that you're advanced, then great, that's unbelievable. Learn a planche, move into a handstand push-up, because that's bloody hard. It's incredibly complex, but you've got the tools and the experience to be able to go there with it. And you also have got the patience to be able to know, understand, and appreciate that it's going to take a bloody long period of time to be able to master something like that.
The hero's journey. And I love that approach of just showing up one day at a time and mastering your craft. And I think, a lot of great masters in many aspects of, business and health and other professions and other aspects of life always say and suggest to master the mundane is a really powerful way to make progress, because it's so easy to skip over the little things because they're boring.
Mm.
But when you get it right, your body is in, it's almost like the body-mind connection is so connected. And so to master that is a big part of what we're doing in the Hero program, because we want dads to be able to squat down and pick up their kids, to be able to run around and feel good in their body, and to be able to recover the next day without feeling like they can't get out of bed. So we're just really using the program as a way to keep things really functional, really simple, to work on the most important elements for a dad to thrive. Doesn't matter, a young or more experienced dad. Either way, we can work in such different and unique ways to really support each individual dad by tailoring a very simple approach to strength and conditioning training, mobility, flexibility too. So keeping it simple, it's a masterful thing, and it also can be sometimes quite challenging. I'm currently reading the book Stillness is Key, and I'd also say that simplicity is key too. And that really is the hallmark of the Hero program. And it works every time if it's worked every time. And so it's a great invitation to just check in with yourself and see, are you overcomplicating your training, your nutrition, your lifestyle? You know, how is that? Is that stressful? Is that overwhelming? Is that challenging? And then how to distill that into what's most important, what gives you the greatest results in the least amount of time, and how does your body feel? What's your energy like? How do you sleep? What's your mood? All these things are great to reflect on, and then ask yourself, well, is this the right approach for me?
And you extended to lifestyle design, and I just want to touch on that for a moment, because as a society, we're always wanting more. We're conditioned to want more information. So many times throughout coaching our dads, we have a simple but effective lifestyle design process as well. And often, or I've had conversations with dads when we get later on into the program, they're like, these have been really great, principles to live by, morning routines, evening routines that are, incredibly empowering. They're like, but I'm hungry. I'm hungry for more. What's next? And my question is, so how's your morning routine going? How effective have you been at drilling in that simple but incredibly empowering morning routine? And more often than not, I might get a 5 or a 6. And I'm like, we don't need to know any more information. We need to actually just drill down on what we already know and actually activate that, empower ourselves to actually get the most out of what we already know. Take action. We'll see you guys soon.